So our first project was with the Uganda Wildlife Authority in Bwendi, what we call the Bwendi Impenetrable Forest, where gorilla tracking happens, and the community there is given a portion of the funds that are earned from tourism. They start up a number of community-based projects based on their needs. But what happens is that the procurement processes are done by public officials. So what we were exploring is the possibility of, if we offer an award or public recognition to these public officials and give them training, would that be an incentive for them to perform better and therefore follow the guidelines and reduce the risks of corruption? In terms of our results, we did not find that much difference between the treatment and the control villages. Probably what we think is that we should have put a lot more focus on social norm change. They regulate behavior, and it takes time for you to change the regulators of behavior because these are culturally rooted and grounded. The lessons we drew from there, we decided to scale up that study, but looking at another entity, what we call a PPDA. Basically, PPDA regulates all procurements in the country to make sure they are following the guidelines. So one of the interventions they have is that all procurement officers in every district should upload the tenders, should upload the contracts, the values, such that increases transparency. Everybody is aware of what is going on, and that would generally minimize corruption.
We have been implementing a project titled Recognizing Governance. We're looking at 50 districts across Uganda, and of course spread in different regions. The idea was basically to understand what some of the challenges that they face, and then within that, we're able to identify those challenges and then support them accordingly. And one of the areas that we invested our energies is basically to build their capacities on how to use the government procurement portal that has been in existence for a very long time, and yet little has been done in terms of utilization.
So there is a portal set up by the PPDA where all districts need to upload their documents related to procurement. One of the things we did was to organize trainings to build the capacity of the procurement officers to have the skills and the capacity to input the data onto the system, therefore increasing transparency.
We worked in 50 districts, but out of the 50, we sort of divided 25-25. Now the 25, we measure to them that when you excel by uploading procurement-related information online, we're gonna give you a reward, or we're gonna recognize you.
We were trying to see whether training local governments would increase their performance or data entry into the system, and also whether positive rewards can enhance performance in local governments. After the training, there was a very big improvement in data entry. However, immediately after the project, data entry went down, meaning the performance went down. It shows two things. Either people need constant training to be able to enter the data, to be able to perform, or I think most people didn't feel compelled to enter data. They think there's no one watching, so somehow they tended to relax. We were working specifically with local governments for this project. In most of those areas, the internet connectivity is quite bad. If it's going to take someone 30 minutes to capture one file onto the system, they'll feel demotivated. Then the other thing is providing continuous training, and the system is always being updated. New things are coming up, new features are always being added onto the system. These are done to make the system more efficient and more user-friendly. And I think we need to keep in touch with those people, tell them about the new developments, and maybe also explain to them why we need to have constant data entry, constant disclosure.
Uganda has over 100 districts, so meaning that they should be able to continue engaging Minister of Finance and maybe Parliament to ensure that they allocate more resources to that department so that they're able to get the tools to facilitate them to do their work.
In terms of results, what we found was that generally the training was taken as the main factor that improved the performance. And this is a very unique approach because the researchers are not working alone, but we are working together with the PPDA team. And whatever results we generate, we share, and then those results inform decisions on how to further reduce the risks for corruption in the procurement processes. So I think the most important outcome out of this is that we have built trust. We have formed a strong relationship between the academia, researchers, and the PPDA. So we will keep analyzing that data, learn about the trends, and keep modifying the intervention to suit the lessons we are learning from the field.